I actually started when I was in college, played basketball at Birmingham-Southern, and the coaches made us call intramural basketball and some other sports, just to kind of keep in shape, if nothing else. But basically, I started off calling intramural basketball, and then they would send us out to some of the local churches or the grammar schools that were close to Southern, and we'd call games for them, and that's where it started. I don't know that I could point out any one moment. There's been several times when I was fortunate enough to call tournament final games or an NIT game or something like that that really stood out. But I think just the general feeling you get from calling a good game after the game is over with and enjoying being with who you're with. I don't know that I've got any one standout game that I would consider that way. I guess sticking with it as long as I did. I probably officiated on the floor a year or two longer than I should have because my legs and my knees were starting to really bother me. But then getting involved with it with Greg Brewer at the state as a director, I felt like really extended my career, and I believe that was the strongest point that I had. The greatest award from officiating, I think I would say, would be the friendships that I've made over the years. Officiating in general, but in my case basketball officiating, is a real community. And most of the times you're traveling with each other and you're staying in the rooms overnight with each other. And I think just the friendships involved. I mean, some of them have become lifelong friendships. And I see that as the best thing that's happened. Well, actually, one of the inductees here, Sam Short, was sort of my mentor when I finally came into high school basketball at Magic City in Birmingham. And he worked with me for several years in sort of a mentor role. And at that time, he was still even calling. So that tells you how long ago that was. But he was still calling, and he would take us to games and sort of took me under his wing at Magic City. And then there was a guy named Charlie McCarthy out of Louisiana. He gave me my first D1 schedule, Division I schedule. And I wouldn't really consider him a mentor other than in the sense of it being him giving me the first big break that I had calling college ball and such. Well, I don't think I'd have made it without them. My wife in particular, in fact, she used to go to the games with us. I can remember when all my kids were young, and she and some of the kids would even ride to the games with us. But you have to have strong support at home. As many games as we're calling, once you start moving up into college ranks and high school ranks, of course, also, the number of games a week sometimes will go 4, 5, or 6 nights a week. And they have to be supportive if you're going to continue to do it. If they're not supportive, you're probably not going to last very long. It helped, the little bit of money that we made during the times that we were calling so many games a week helped out. It helped put kids through college, in my case, 3 of my kids and my wife. So the support was always there. If I came in and said that I've got 4 games this week, if I got just 1 game this week, she was always there to work with it and everything, and I was most appreciative of that. Be honest. Keep your integrity. Every time you go on the floor, you've got to present yourself in an honest fashion and with all the integrity that you've got, because regardless of whether you like it or not, there are going to be times when you've got to make a call that goes against the coach who might even be a friend of yours or somebody that you know personally. But you've got to make the right call as best you see it. You've got to make that right call. You've got to be honest with the players and with the coaches. It means the world, actually. I mean, this is such an honor, and I am most appreciative of that. When you are selected by your peers, it's something different. I mean, not to say that any Hall of Fame or any awards that you get that are picked by a group or a committee or something are not deserved and not, well-intentioned also. But to be picked, especially I would think in this inaugural class, by other officials has really meant a lot to me, meant the world to me, and I am most appreciative of that.